Alright, hello everybody, welcome to another build video. This time I'm going to be showcasing a bit of a meme build. It's by no means an OP build or anything like that. It's just a lot of fun, and technically you could use this to just make everything in survival and veteran difficulties a cakewalk. You could probably take this in higher difficulties as well. You just have to be a little more careful. But yeah, let's get on with it. So this whole build is centered around two things primarily. First one is the toxic release valve amulet. What this does is when you swap weapons, it'll release a toxic gas AoE, which does an initial damage and then does a damage over time for a few seconds. What this doesn't mention, the description, is that when you swap weapons and when you release the gas, it also stuns most regular enemies for a second, which is going to be really crucial for either running away or just stopping them from attacking you. As you saw in the clip, right as regular enemies are about to hit you, you just swap your weapons and release the gas. It'll stop most enemies in their tracks and even their attacks. Really cool, really crucial for this build. We're gonna have this amulet. Let me show you real quick how it works. So you swap weapons and it'll release a gas and it'll do a little bit of damage over time. Now this does have a fall off range, so if I stand here, this will do nothing. So let's fix that. What we could do is we could go to our traits and we can max out amplitude. This also works for the amulet. So let's commit. I have a lot of points here. We're gonna spec into that later. Now look at this range. This is a ridiculous amount of range. I will, if I stand here, I affect everything in this area. That's how big the AoE is. You can easily reach enemies this far, and it's really important to maximize the damage. So what we can do is we're gonna equip the acid stone ring, which will increase your corrosive damage even further. So let's try again. Now your damage is 29 instead of 27. Let's boost this even more if you can, shall we? Now if you put on the alumni ring, it'll boost your damage even more. Now there's 31 tick. I don't have any other ways to boost this damage, so this is as far as you can go, but this is really strong. Now to complement this this setup, what we can also do is we can equip the let's go here, Stone of Malevolence. What this will do is when you deal elemental damage, you're going to fill up your mod power, and since the toxic release does count as elemental damage, it'll fill up your mod power passively as you're running around and just walking casually, killing regular enemies just like that. All right, so our final slot, you have many options. If you want more DPS, you could put something that'll help you, like your HP regen, or maybe some defensive options. Or if you further want to boost the damage, what you could do is you could use the Timekeeper's Jewel. What this will do is it'll increase the duration of the status effect. So the longer the enemies are, it'll put the enemies, it'll corrode the enemies for longer. What this means is, well, regular enemies will die really quickly, so it doesn't matter for them. But for bosses and elites, the longer they are corroded, the longer they are in, you could do more damage. Enemies that are corroded will take 10% more damage, I believe, from every source. So that's really important to help your DPS. So the armor doesn't matter. Equip whatever you want to equip. Heavy armor, go for it. Heart doesn't matter. The relics inside the heart don't matter. Choose whatever. You could choose whatever heart you want. For the weapons, I do have a few recommendations. Primary weapon, again, Black Maw is just an overall all-around really good gun, but you are free to choose whatever. However, I would recommend you use corrosive rounds as their mod, because you're building yourself around this one element, or two elements rather. So this will help you with your DPS. For the mod, I mean, you could put twisted for the mutator. You could put twisting wounds. It's an overall really good one. Or you could put, you know, bandit if you like to have more ammo. But twisting wounds, this will help you out even more with boss fights. And let me tell you, you will not have ammo issues outside of boss fights, because regular mobs will just die without you firing a shot. So yeah, this is overall a really good combo. For the weapon, feel free to equip whatever. I like the smolder because it does fire damage. Remember, you want elemental damage because you have a lot of things that boost your elemental damage and your elemental damage duration, status effect duration. So this will help you. Or if you really want, you could also use the gas giant. This also does acid damage, I believe. There you go. It does acid damage, but I don't know. This feels a little slow to me, so I just use. Or you could use the Krell axe as well. It does shock damage. What you want is, you want an elemental damage weapon. That's important because you have a lot of things that boost elemental damage. For your sidearm, you could use anything. I personally like Enigma because it also, remember the AoE amplitude trait? It works with Enigma. You will have a massive range. Look at this. I'm moving more. Like, let me move it far away. It's affecting everything. So amplitude works with Enigma as well. Or if you don't want Enigma, you could use another sidearm with, say, Hot Shot for even more elemental damage if you like. But for the most part, Enigma will be okay. Alright, so let's get on with the traits. Again, this is a very flexible build. You could use whatever. I'm gonna go with regrowth, and triage is from the medic perk. I'm gonna max out health. Amplitude is super important. This build will not, I mean, it's really difficult to play this build without amplitude, so you need to max this out. And then we're gonna max out spirit. I will show you just how easy it is to regain all your mod powers very quickly. For the rest, just pick whatever. I'm not gonna bother right now, but this is it. This is, feel free to choose whatever else you like. Spirit and amplitude are really important. So let me show you how cool this ring is. So if I remove the Stone of Malevolence, right, I activate my corrosive rounds. Okay, so my corrosive rounds are now depleted. Notice I do not have my mod power now. However, if you put Ring of Malevolence, no, I'm gonna have to touch the stone again. I'll do a jump cut or something, or not. So this ring lets you regain your mod power so quickly. In a lot of cases, if you do continuous fire on, say, bosses or elites, you will regain your mod power while you are using your mod power. So let me activate this again. And you'll regain mod in just a second. There. You heard that sound? It means I already got my mod power back. So I'll let this mod duration run out, and you will see I already have it back. So I can activate again. As long as you maintain fire, you will get your mod duration back. And even if you're not using continuous fire, the fact that you can use your gas AoE, this also contributes towards mod power regeneration. So yeah. And that is it. Feel free to test this build around. I don't think this is going to work in higher difficulty levels unless you're really good at dodging and all that stuff. But feel free to try. I will be trying this out on apocalyptic difficulty and see how this goes. I will try to attempt a run with this very build in APOC and let you know if this works out. But for now, don't take my word for it. If you want to try this on on anything higher than veteran, let me know how it goes. Right, well, that's it for this video. Feel free to give a like and subscribe. I'm gonna have some more videos coming soon for Remnant, and I'll see you soon.